Hello, welcome to my replay analysis for Massive Assault Network 2. It's a great game, unfortunately it's mostly forgotten, the community is not very large, but it is the best war game I ever saw. So it's important to analyze your replays to improve your skills, and today I will analyze my game against somebody called SSS a lot of numbers, and he is rated around 1400. I am like 2.2 k. Okay, so this is Lion's Eye map, a small map, one of my favorite maps, a great map for beginners. What is so special about it? There are only medium countries. You see, everything has 3 revenue per turn. You have 4 on mainland and 5 small island. Very simple map. I started disclosing this alley. Why? Because it is very easy to defend. You have only 4 landing spots here, everything else is cliff. So if you want to invade from here, you need a lot of transport helicopters. Easy to defend. It's also hard to attack from, so it's best to disclose it first so that your units can get into action fast. Now, here my opponent makes his first serious blunder. If, unfortunately it doesn't work in replay mode, but if he held shift button, he would see that this transport can be destroyed by this Leviathan immediately. And without this transport, all the amphibians are useless, because they cannot get to the Leviathan. Also something to consider is the general buying transport with Leviathans against transport with amphibians against Leviathans. In theory it is good, but on maps and Lion's Eye, small maps, it doesn't always work, because you need you also need the land units to capture things. The map is small. Okay, so here let's pause for a moment. He took this warship, attacked my ostrich, which I carefully placed here so he cannot so if he attacks it, he takes retaliation damage on his warship. Also I placed some pillboxes to damage his warships if he tries to go this way. As you can see, he is going full navy. I have some land units I disclosed with ostrich, with some light vehicles, but also submarines. I don't like going all out navy, because at some point you will need to invade and to hold ground, and if you do not have enough land units, you lose control and you lose the game. Okay, so another transport. This time I cannot destroy it, and here is my landing army. I decided to bring it here. Maybe it was better to go here, where I already have landing prepared. So let's see how it goes. Doing some damage, destroying yet another amphibian. Yes, this Leviathan is in dangerous spot, and I am ready to land. Here the idea is that from here I can land here, but I can also land here, so some flexibility. In theory, if needed, I can still sail this way and land here, but it is far from my allies, so ideally I want to be here or here, where this country is relevant. Okay, buying some air units, this helicopter, this bomber. And what's good about his play is that he blocks my Leviathan. Now it's harder for him to escape. It's very hard for him to escape. Also it's not so simple to land here. Okay, destroys the ostrich. Destroys the pillbox that blocks the way. Okay, now I don't like this play. He goes all out navy. He has no ground units to invade anything. He has no ground units to contest me if I invade his country. So it's relatively, I don't like this play. Like it allows him to destroy this Leviathan, but you need more ground units. Okay, now that my Leviathan is blocked, I'm doing what damage I can. He lost a lot of Leviathans, but this a lot of amphibians, sorry, but this Leviathan will fall at some point, bringing. Okay, so now it will be blocked for real. Here, as you can see, my plan to buy bombers worked, because he doesn't go this way, he must go around or take a lot of damage to this warship already damaged. So now he this subtle play prevents landing. I hear here, if he doesn't do this, I simply put a lot of units here, and he cannot regain it fast enough. So he blocks the landing spots. Good play. Okay, I cannot really save the Leviathan, and I made a stupid mistake. I didn't land this army previous turn, 2 turns ago, when I could land it here. I didn't land it this turn when I could land it here, because I was wrongly afraid of gorilla. I should have landed it somewhere. It would block his income for some time. Now I will lose this transport. I thought, hey, maybe he will attack this transport, and because of it he will not kill this Leviathan. Leviathan will survive. It was a blunder. It was a very bad play. As you can see, he destroys the transport with 4 light vehicles on it, and still manages to kill the Leviathan. Okay, I land the army, destroy some of his ships. Okay, and now he is afraid to go here because of the bombers, but instead of going around, he just goes back, preparing something. Not the best play, in my opinion. Now he destroys the transport, he blocks the Leviathan. Lots of blunders from my side, from his side. I shouldn't have done it. I should have landed it. I shouldn't let him block my Leviathan like this. His mistake was opening like this with transports that can be destroyed, losing lots of amphibians. So after all of the exchanges, we are mostly equal, but my army has lots of ground units, his army has none. Let's see how it goes. Some maneuvering, bombing, and I'm getting ready to invade here if needed. And soon I will purchase a landing army here. See? Ready to invade. Now, as you can see, Yes, the Leviathan is lost. Let's look at the statistics after he killed the Leviathan. Okay. Oh, it's still not counted. Let's look at the start of my turn. Okay. Boom. Prepares anti-air to escort his warships through to the other side of the map. I retreat, ready to invade, doing what damage I can. A new landed army is ready. He protects his warship, brings his bomber closer, yeah, and he tries to prevent the invasion this way, but this is not enough. This is not nearly enough, because I can land from here with transport, I can land from here, from the river, and he doesn't have enough ground units. Destroyers are good blockers, they are good blockers, but they have very low firepower. They have firepower of 1, they have small range, so they cannot focus fire high value targets. Like you spend two bucks to get unit with only 1 firepower. It is very weak. Like typically you get much more. Like robot, you have 3 firepower for 4 gold. Battleship, 3 firepower for 5 gold. Like only bombers are weaker, but they have huge range. Okay, so this transport goes back, doing what damage I can. Okay, and preparing the invasion. So far so good. Okay. Great. He does what damage he can, but it doesn't really matter. He cannot invade me. He doesn't have enough army. Like, because of everything is navy, he doesn't threaten me at all. I have nothing to be afraid of. I can be aggressive. And I just invade here. I don't care about his guerrilla, because he will never ever get any revenue from this country for many turns. Okay, land in here. So I have a lot of firepower to deal with gorilla when it spawns. Okay, and as you can see, in the distant country I am preparing more ground troops to land. Okay, here he makes a mistake which I didn't choose to not exploit. As you can see, this platform with anti-air can be attacked. I can put this robot here, bring it with transport to here, and just attack it. Here, it is vulnerable, but at the end I decided not to do it immediately, probably my mistake. No. He destroys what he can destroy, but he doesn't manage to deal with all the invaders. You cannot destroy this, it is too far away. Also, as you can see, his gorilla is just cheap units with lots of hit points. I don't think there is a better way to use gorilla, because he simply cannot repel the invasion. Like if he uses more expensive units, it wouldn't help him. Like he doesn't have an option to use gorilla to destroy this helicopter, for example. Okay, Now he is bringing some ground units to protect this country, but it is too late. Now a small trick. He expected this transport to pick up units from this transport, but instead I will use it differently. I bring the warbot, sorry, the behemoth, the bullfrog, closer to the action. Okay. And now I threaten to capture the capital. Okay, some maneuvering. As you can see, I decided to not destroy this platform and focus on destroying the defenders of Agualimpia. Oh, a funny name. And here I have collected enough money for another Leviathan. Great. He is desperate. He uses transport to prevent capture of the capital the very next turn. Yeah, deals with whatever he can. Okay. Now, here is an interesting point. Let's look at the landing spots. He has this transport with 2 light vehicles, this transport 2 tanks, 1 light vehicles. Also there is a transport waiting. So now you see 1, 2, 3, 4 free landing spots. What I want to do is block as many as I can, which means that even if I can destroy this pillbox, I would rather leave it damaged with 1 hit points left and not destroy it. If I don't destroy it, he cannot land here. Let's see how I do it. Also, as you can see, I just decided to destroy the platform and to damage this transport. Since this transport cannot drop all the units, if he drops some of the units and remains here, I will destroy it with bombers next turn. I focus damaging his land army. This is the only way he can protect his ally. And if he cannot defend this, he loses. So I do not bomb this warship. I focus on this transport with tanks. Okay. Doing what damage I can. Bring in more troops. And here, as I promised, I do not destroy the pillbox. It is blocking valuable landing spots. It cannot move away. Now, he is desperately protecting the capital. He deals with whatever he can, most valuable units, but it doesn't really hurt me. Okay, now as you can see, he couldn't land his tanks here, and he couldn't leave his transport in the open. He had to actually go here and land it, else I will destroy the transport with everything inside it. So there are not too many troops here. Once again, I am getting ready to capture the capital and to destroy the remainder of the defenders. He makes another desperate attempt to protect his country, but it doesn't really work. I have a lot of firepower. Enough firepower to capture it immediately and get indemnity. Capital captured. Using warship to destroy this. And it's done. Now I have everything and he lost everything. That's it. He has no income and the resistance is pointless at this time. Let's look at the statistics. He didn't take that much more casualties, but he lost control of this country early. He didn't get the income, and at the end he couldn't defend it because he spent all of his initial money on navy. And if you spend all of your initial money on navy, you will lose most likely, because you are not threatening your enemy, you cannot land anywhere, and you are open for any invasion from all directions. Thanks for watching.